You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. While I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual insight. Know it's been a while, y'all, but nevertheless, I hope everybody's doing well. If you have not subscribed already to my ladies only channel, you're welcome to subscribe. I'm Mocha's Ladies Lounge. If you need a safe haven space specifically for women, or you can all partake here on my co-ed channel for men and women, known as Mocha's Cafe de Paris. So you're welcome to subscribe to one or the other or both, which is the more the merrier. So let's get into this, right? I actually kind of heard about this like a month or so ago, but I just never, really looked into the situation until I stumbled across it today. And I found it very, very interesting that this is a problem that has been going on for centuries with black women. And you would think by now that especially the older women, those that are, I would say, 35 and up, would have schooled these young modern women that are coming up now, that they would have given them the wisdom and the knowledge for them to even avoid getting themselves in these type of situations. But nevertheless, the way these females are today, these young black women today, they have this modernized mindset, thinking they know more than women that are older who could actually school them and put them on game. A lot of them are not willing to learn from their fathers or learn from women who too have not made the best of decisions. So it's this modern minded culture of, I'm gonna do what I want to do, I'm gonna do how I want to do it, and if it does not work out, then I'll just blame everybody for my failures. That is the mindset of a lot of these young black women today. And it's the older black women who we have to blame for that. And not only that, the absentee fathers, the men that have not been around to give their daughters the wisdom and knowledge they need to avoid getting these type of situations. But then you have these modern mindset young women of today who do have fathers, that have their best interests, that have been present, that have been active in their lives, and nevertheless they do not respect their fathers. They do not respect the wisdom and the knowledge of older men, which can be a blessing to them. And and some of these women do have mothers that are there, that are active, who have given them wisdom, and yet they do not take the blessings into account, that they have a woman that's in their life that's willing to guide them and give them the right type of information, so they won't even end up in these type of situations. But this is the modern mindset culture, okay? They doing things totally different now, and what it's starting to do now is polluting the mindset of everyone else, the other generation that's coming up right behind them, into thinking that this is normalized mindset for black women. So this is the story of this 27-year-old mother of 5, right? And when I say this is very common. This is very, very common. Her story just stands out more because it's viral. But I've been stressing since I started my channel how many black women have children that they really don't want. Because the truth is, a lot of these modernized women, they have children for motives. They have an agenda behind conceiving children. And the problem is when the agenda does not work out in their favor and it leads to failure, that is when they look for empathy and sympathy. And that is when they choose to not deal with what we call accountability. And that's exactly what is going on in this sister here, who I'm getting ready to speak upon, right? So to put y'all on game, I'm just going to read into the ad pertaining to the story, so that way y'all can have better insight as to what's going on. Because listen, this is a lot to process, so just bear with me, okay? The lady Amora Lex, 27. Keep in mind, y'all, she went viral on TikTok for giving up her kids to CBS. So the lady Amora Lex, 27, has 5 kids. She had her first when she was 15, and states her first and second were products of SA. Okay? She went on to have 3 additional children by different men, and now says she is mentally exhausted and unable to take care of her children. She says she has no help, no support from her family. She did attempt to find help by going live on Facebook and asking could anyone come get her kids. She also called their fathers, who declined helping or getting their children. So later that evening, she packed her kids into the car and tried dropping them off at the fire station. She was told that they're too old for that, but the fire station did help her call the police, who escorted her to the CPS building where she surrendered her children. Following doing all of that live, she began doing interviews with popular radio stations and social media personalities. Amora says she wants to eventually get her kids back, but that she needs to be able to finish school first. She says that she's been trying to get her college degree for almost 10 years now, but because she had to take care of her kids, she had to keep stopping. Amora also expressed that she wanted to be able to provide for her kids with a house to live in, so she needed to also do that before getting them back. Didn't realize you could just simply pause being a parent. But what are y'all thoughts on this? So this is, what the person put in the article. Now, wanted to add also this to this equation. Faith Cobbs, the grandmother of one of the children that Amora Lex has, is basically stating that Amora is lying and trying to get attention and money by doing all of this. Cobbs states that Amora unalived her son, Alex, who is the father of Amora's 5-year-old son, in front of her children. The comment Faith Cobbs left on Facebook post and video of Amora's other son detailing the homicide pertaining to her son is also being witnessed in the comments. So this is another separate situation, y'all. So again, you have a 27-year-old broad, 5 kids, 3 different baby daddies. One of them is unalived, and the one that's unalived is being questioned that she played a role in his homicide based off of his mother. So going deeper back into the Facebook comments, it's been different people who are aware of the situation, who also put in their 2 cents, right? So people who know Amora, or they know the father of her children, these are some of the statements that they have been leaving, and I'm going to reiterate on what I think about this whole situation altogether. So what one had posted, so yesterday we discussed Amora Lex, woke up today with people who knew her and her kids, family in the comments. Everyone talking about mental illness is really which would apply to some mothers, not her. So I'm so over the black community with the mental illness thing. Anyway, she went out the same weekend she surrendered her children to CPS to live her best life. She's also accused of murder. You're damn right. Oh, I meant to say unalive, but nevertheless, you're damn right. I wouldn't help your ASS either if you unalive my child. Sadly, I don't believe this was mental illness. This was an act, OMG, look at me moment, attention seeking. Okay, so I'm going to look and read some of these comments, y'all, and I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as I can, because too much reading I know could become boring, especially to the listeners. Alex ordered her son to poison them. He poisoned only the stepmother, and a police report on file was made. Children are very vulnerable, and the only voices that are ours. Thanks to those, including CPS, who knows all the things, they are forced to live with the person they saw unalive my son, at least for now. Prior to the murder of Alex was voicing by audio between Tay Sway and by her messenger, he is a correct suspicion of the man's sexual engagement with Alexa's right. She plotted the murder on her alter profile and is going nowhere, even though she deleted it and disabled it. The police have it. This all I want to share and see that the little boy said happened. My grandson also told me. Patty LaBelle, her real name is Alexis Wright, and is using Amora Lex. I guess that's the other name she has on there. 2 days ago now to mark the memory of my mother and son, the slander like Satan, my son, and I. This is her pattern, and I caught her out. She was so abusive that I'm not sharing what she did since my son's unfortunate meeting of her since that time. However, it will be available in court and afterward. I will share that with his friends. By then, we may be satisfied with justice. In order to comfort her, she posted a picture today, fully clothed, rare for her, but had to use the filter to hide the toll her wicked life has taken on her. So, anyway, I'm not going to go through all the details of that. It just sounds like the mother, like I said, is very upset, and she has every reason to be, if she believes that this woman played a role into her son's death. But I'm just gonna, put that aside, because that's just way too much going on. Because my main point is that I want to make it very clear to all of you that it's a lot of modern-minded women of today who are doing this. So let's get into the main thing, right? I really want to go into talking about how so many of these women today are having babies that they don't want. And I find it funny that, a lot of these females will sit up here and talk about how men abandon their children, how men are selfish, how men are neglectful, how men are deadbeats. And I would definitely like to say I do agree on that to a certain degree. But let's keep it real. There's a lot of deadbeat mothers out here. And just because you have your child in your custody, just because the child lives with you, it does not make you automatically the better parent. And that's the misconception when it comes to the black community. And I blame the system for that. The system got a lot of these, modern-minded females thinking that they don't have deadbeat tendencies, that they don't have a deadbeat mindset. Listen, I know many of females who got their kids and are straight up deadbeats. It's easier to point out the fact that men are deadbeats. Why? Because most of the time the children are with the mother. And I will also say this, that is because that is how the system has designed it. There are exceptions in which the system honors men and women both having an equal amount of responsibilities and say so when it comes to the child well-being. But the truth of the matter is the system has a program to where the women, no matter how neglectful she is, no matter how irresponsible she is, no matter how uneducated she is, even though she's not doing what she's supposed to do with her money, her finances when it comes to the children, the system does not hold these women accountable. So because they're not being held accountable, it's so easy for them to automatically say that men are deadbeats. And I will be the first to say, I personally know women out here that are deadbeat mothers, okay? And it just doesn't stand out as often because it's pretty taboo. After all, nobody wants to say that a woman is a deadbeat mom. We always hear deadbeat dads, but we never hear deadbeat moms. And it's that sexist stereotype that only men could be failures as parents, as if women don't fail their children. And the truth of the matter is there's a lot of women out here who are failing their children. They are. But the system has given them this scapegoat, because you got to realize the system has enabled them. The system is assisting them in the event the men don't step up, or in the event they don't allow the men to step up. The system is pretty much providing them with everything. So whenever you're being provided for, the less chances you are going to consider and taking accountability. So that's where we are. Because, welfare does not question when they come to them needing assistance for the third child, the fourth child, the fifth child. Because welfare does not have any stipulations in stating this is the third time or the fourth time or the fifth time you came back needing assistance from us, needing care to be provided for your children. We're going to have to cut you off at this point. okay? Or we will continue to give you service, but we're not going to add on. The system is not making the women accountable, so therefore it's in their minds that they aren't doing anything wrong. So you have this 27-year-old, okay, who started having her first child at the age of 15. Now, granted, she stated that she was SA'd. I will not blame her for that if that is the case. Hopefully that's not a cop-out. Hopefully she really was, a victim. Not that I will wish that on anybody, but I do know that sometimes when females get in a situation in which the heat is turned up on them and they don't want to be looked at as they did anything wrong, so they will basically conveniently come up with, oh, well, I was taken advantage of as a child. I was young. I really did not know, what I was doing. I had men take advantage of me. Now, I'm not saying this is not true, but what I'm saying is you have some females who will lie and use that as an excuse so people will overlook their poor choices and automatically empathize with them. Now, in this case, I'm not saying if she's telling the truth or if she's lying. I can't vouch on that 100%. Maybe that really did happen, and if it did, I cannot blame her for that. That's not her fault. If she had grown men who were well aware that they was taking advantage of her during her youth, who's basically robbed her of her innocence. But this is my deal. After you had those two, you would think after she had those first two, who she claimed was conceived allegedly by men taking advantage of her, my thing is she kept going. She had 3 more kids after those two. Now, you cannot make me believe that she did not know how difficult it was with those two before she decided to have 3 more right behind it, okay? So, you have these women, who will use the victim, because the truth of the matter is they're all women who have been assaulted and taken advantage of. And it's sad, but women who like to use that as an excuse and it never happened to them, it makes it hard for the women who really did, experience, that type of trauma. It's like, it becomes like the boy who cried wolf. And this is the reason why a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of people do not take women seriously when they say, I've been raped, I've been taken advantage of, because you just got some sisters out there who will lie, you know what I mean? But we're going to get past that, right? She has these 5 children, okay? And I guess because she was not getting the cooperation she wanted from the fathers, and I would tell women this, realize that when you have more than one baby daddy, the chances of getting help is even less. Because when one don't cooperate, you got to call the other one, and if he don't cooperate, then you got to call the other one. So it's an ongoing situation when you have multiple men, when you have had children for multiple men, because not all men father the same, and not all men are easy to get along with. Just like women aren't easy to get along with, got some men aren't easy to get along with. So you do your child a disservice when you have, for instance, 3 baby daddies and 3 different kids. The one baby daddy that's very active, who comes to get his child, how are the other 2 going to feel when their fathers never come around? Because you can't make all men be the same. All men don't father the same. And honestly, all women don't know how to talk to men to even give them an incentive to want to cooperate, to want to work with her, so they both have an equal share. Because you got some women out here who very reckless and nasty at the mouth and disrespectful, and they don't care what they say and when they say it and how they say it. And they not understanding that when you're dealing with a grown man, you can't be sitting up here talking to him reckless and disrespecting him just because y'all have a child together. You think you come out your mouth knowing this man is married, or knowing that he's not one that's gonna sit there and let you handle him like a child, then you make things more difficult for yourself and for your child. And that's just the whole bottom line with that. And see, a lot of these sisters, they're not gonna admit to it. They just aren't. What tends to happen is these young females, they don't think that the decisions they make in a young womanhood is going to affect them in their older womanhood. They really can't see past the instant temporary benefits that they're going to gain having children. All they look at that moment is, I'm going to get food stamps, I'm going to get housing, I'm going to get child support, and most importantly, I'm going to have this man to where he's going to have to be in my life permanently. That's really number one. It boils down to a lot of these young women are having children because they think it's going to lock in the man and whom they want to be with. Okay? And it's the dudes out here that's making it easy for them to get caught up with females who think like this, right? So anyway, they play these games, and like the saying goes, you play stupid games and you end up with stupid prizes. And that's what ends up happening. So after they have these children, you would think after getting burnt once or twice, they wouldn't go a third, fourth, or fifth round. And I know a lot of y'all, like this situation here, knows that one particular female that got 4 to 5 kids and 3 to 4 different baby daddies. And it's because of that. It's called insanity. Repeating the same thing and expecting different results. And that's exactly what they're doing. They see having a baby from Daryl didn't keep Daryl. Having a baby from Mike didn't keep Mike. Having a baby from, Derek didn't keep Derek. Having a baby from Jaquan didn't keep Jaquan. But now, here it is. They done met a 5th dude who they like, who they think has baby daddy potential, either because of his looks, or either he got that good wood game, or either he has money. So even though it has failed, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times, yet she will go 5 times, 5th time. You know why? Because in her mind she thinks that it's going to be different. Even though the average person with common sense and discernment would know, this is not working for me. All of these kids I have, I ain't been able to lock in none of the baby daddies. They still been able to walk away and leave, move on, create new relationships, have more babies from other children. It still does not register that their poor decisions is not working. So yet they will repeat the same mistake over and over and over, thinking it's going to be different. And it rarely ever is. In some instances, they may get a pass. There may be somebody out there that's willing to deal with them in a 5 different churn from multiple different baby daddies. But we know in this day and age, it's not too many dudes that are really checking for women that got a bunch of children. Now, I'm not saying that because a woman has a lot of kids that she's just asked out. Listen, there's going to always be a simp. There's going to always be a dude with low self-esteem, or a man who just simply loves children, who is not going to mind. So, before all the bitter Brendas come in my comment section getting mad, well, who are you to talk about? Because I got a bunch of baby daddies, I can't get no man. I got me a man, I got me a husband, I got married, although I got 8 different baby daddies. Look, hey, it's like a scratch-off card. You know what I mean? Sometimes you win. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking that, but what I am saying is in most cases, especially men who are worth something and value their lives and value themselves, they're not going to just leave themselves and make themselves an available options to women that have excess baggage. And that's just the point of the matter, right? So you have these women who do this. And this is what's going on with this sister here. She's realizing her whole life is at a standstill. And this is what you signed up for when you make the decision to become a single mother. Meaning you have unprotected sex with multiple men, and there's a child involved every time you get involved having unprotected sex. Not only that, there was no marital union, there was no relationship, there was no spiritual bond, there was nothing there to solidify the relationship before the child was created. Okay? And I know it's going to be exceptions. I ain't talking about the exceptions. I'm not talking about the women who was married and the relationship didn't work out and the man left. I ain't talking about that. I'm specifically talking about single mothers who intentionally got multiple children for multiple men, wasn't in real relationships with them, wasn't married to them. There was nothing solid securing that they was creating this family. Okay? I'm talking about these women who negligently and irresponsibly put themselves in this type of situation. They get pregnant on purpose. We call it womb hustling. Some women get pregnant to trap the man. Some women get pregnant, like I said, for governmental assistance, welfare, housing, child support. Okay? Some women get pregnant just so they can feel like they accomplished something. Contrary to your belief, there's a lot of women out here who really don't want nothing. Just like you got some bum-ass dude, you got some bum-ass bras who just really don't want nothing out of life, you know. They are fine with waking up every day to a house full of children, taking thought pics on Instaskank and Facebook. That is what they do. That is the only thing they find joy and pleasure in. And they look forward to nothing else. They don't want to own a home. They don't want to, travel the world and go to different places like Paris or London. They don't want a man that has integrity and can teach them things and they can build with. You have some females that just have a small, they have basically a ratchet mindset. They don't want nothing out of life. They are okay. They okay with being a baby mama. They okay with ninjas, dropping loads in them, leaving them inflated for 9 months, and then here it is 2 months later, after they got out the hospital having a baby, now they got to go fight for child support because they are having children for men who don't want them. And it's so obvious. I don't care how much a man has sex with you. If he's not investing in you, he's not providing, he's not helping you pay the bills, he's not saying, I want us to be together, I see you as my wife, I see you as somebody I could spend the rest of my life with. Unless a man is verbalizing these words, not only verbalizing the words, he's putting into action behind it. He's putting action in behind it. He's actually purchasing a home for you to have these children to live in. He's actually putting money in the bank and helping and stacking his bread with yours. Unless a man is doing all of that, you are just putting yourself in a position of being just simply a baby mama. So what happens is, having all of these children, especially in this day and age, it is hard. So all my sisters out there who don't have children, if you do not have kids, do not be envious. Do not be jealous of these women, these females that are bragging about their babies, that are bragging about how they love being a mother of 5, how they brag about they don't mind being a mama and a daddy. I'm here to tell you, it's all bullshit. Let me be the first to tell you, it's all bull. It's bull. A lot of these single moms are not happy being single moms. That is just something they told themselves because they don't have a choice. And what has happened is they have to learn to accept their failure. Because Not accepting it is not going to change it. You get what I'm saying? So being mad about it. Oh, I ruined my life. I got all of these kids from these bum ass dudes who don't pay me no child support, who don't come around and try to relieve me, who don't get the kids sometimes I can get a break. See, crying about it is not going to change it. So they have to lie and pump themselves up and make themselves believe that they love being a single mom. Now, I'm not saying that because you're a single mother, you should jump off the bridge and you know what I mean, slit your wrists. If you really love being a single mom, enjoy it. You don't mind doing it all by yourself. You don't mind having to call baby daddy A. He can't come and get him because he locked up. Calling baby mama B, baby daddy B. He don't want to get him because he high and drunk most of the time. If you don't mind that type of struggle, then power to you, sis. I commend you, because I don't have that type. I'm not a power ranger broad. You know what I mean? I don't have that type of strength and power to be able to deal with that type of chaos, okay? That's why I opted out of having multiple baby daddies. I don't have the patience to call 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get my husband to do simple tasks for our child together gets on my nerves, okay? Because he works a lot and he's constantly busy. So I can't imagine putting myself in that situation with 3, 4, 5 different other dudes, okay? But if you love it, you love it. Listen, you don't have to go on a campaign of commenting and going at everybody who has something to say about single mothers. You don't have to go at content creators. You don't have to explain. You don't have to leave a 3, 4 paragraph under the comment section giving me 33 reasons why you love being a single mom. If you're really that happy, then be happy about it. Stop getting defiant and being offensive when people talk about single mothers. If you have embraced being a single mother and you love it, it shouldn't offend you. If you are getting offended, it's because you know in your heart, you know in your sound mind and heart, that being a single mom is not the business. Now, I will admit there's some sisters out there that's going to keep it real. I done had sisters that come to me and be like, Mocha, you ain't lying. You telling the truth on your channel. I'm a mother of 3 kids. It is hard. I can't get none of these baby daddies to cooperate. I messed myself up. If I would have known then what I know now, I would have done different. So hats off to my sisters who have accountability, who's not afraid, who's not embarrassed to school and teach other women and say, hey, don't do what I did. I did it, and is costing me time, energy, my sanity. So I give hats to the sisters that's gonna keep it a buck and keep it 100. But for all you bitter Bukishas who gonna come in my section, it don't matter, because I'm gonna block you anyway. So accountability is the key. And the thing about it is, you have a lot of these, women, of these modern women of today, they are allergic to accountability. They're just as allergic to accountability as men who raw dog females and can't understand why she wouldn't get no AB. No, she's not going to get no AB. Once she has gotten, once she produces your seed and she gets to carry it, she's automatically thinking about how having that baby is going to make her life get better. Only to find out it actually makes things worse. So you have these modernized minded females who have these kids, and now they see the struggle of it is not glamorous. Yes, these are the same ones who are bragging. I love being a mom and a daddy. F my baby daddies. F these ninjas. Da, 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 da. These are the ones behind closed doors that are actually in reality having a nervous breakdown. Because what tends to happen is, if you're not really spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and we'll say financially capable of taking care of your children, it will break you down. Yes, children are beautiful. They are a blessing. They are the most precious things. They come here with beautiful hair and these chunky little legs, and they are just a joy. But what these broken baby mamas don't tell you is the fact you have to get up 3, 4 in the morning, especially when they newborn, and they don't know the difference day from night. Throwing off your sleeping pattern. When you're used to sleeping till 10, 11 o'clock throughout the day, let me tell you something. Babies run the show. Don't let none of these delusional baby mamas make y'all believe that they are happy being a single mother. It's no joke when you can't get no sleep. If you're the type of woman you love your sleep, I'm letting you know, once you have a baby, you're not going to be getting no sleep. Okay, so these are the real truths of being a single mom that a lot of them are not going to admit. And that's why this female that I'm talking about, who goes by the name of Amora, that's why she's going viral, inventing and basically going off about how hard it is. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to just go ahead and play the audio because I want y'all to personally hear her story. And it's not long, so it's not going to take up most of the content. But I want y'all to hear her bicker and complain about how hard it is, how overwhelming it is. I'm going to let y'all just hear it out for yourself. For all of y'all who think being a single mother is so glamorous, because you get food stamps and you get housing and all of that. Well, I am going to let you hear from a single mother of 5 who's personally telling you all of the struggles, all of the problems that she's going through. And that's why having multiple children for multiple men is not a joke. It's not funny. It's nothing to take for granted. It's not a game that any woman should play with her life, with her body, and her well-being. Because I will tell you something. These children will break you down. They will break you down like never before. And that is what's going on. That is what caused her to have that meltdown and her getting to that emotional state in which she actually, wanted to get rid of her children. So we're going to let her talk, and then, I'm going to come back with my commentary.
Being prepared to lose relationships with my family. I already didn't give a fuck about my family to begin with, for real, let's be honest. It's a couple of them that I still rock with, and I actually do fuck with. The other ones I can care fucking less about. But I made this decision, because of course, I'm not gonna lie, yes, my family, keep them, we'll figure it out. I don't have time to figure shit out. I have shit going on now. I need solutions right now. I need to be able to get the fuck up and go make this money now. Like, I don't have a lot of fucking time, and nobody gets that. I'm not scared to fucking die. I don't care about dying. I care about leaving my kids with nothing, knowing damn well I'm the only motherfucking person on this earth who loves them. And I literally mean it, because it shows. It fucking shows. The cops, even before they before they took my kids to children's services, the cops tried to call DymondGyrl, and he said, I got 2 other kids on the way, so I can't take them. Obviously, all the niggas dead, but like literally, and I cannot fucking wait, because when not too much information, no. I'm not gonna say too much, but I made this decision right here, knowing I was about to lose bonds with my mom forever, knowing I'm about to lose my sisters forever. I already prepared, because to be honest, motherfuckers wasn't doing shit for me anyway, but fucking trying to judge every fucking move I fucking made, downplaying me, doing weird ass shit for people who don't give a fuck about them, like just weird as fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck about my family. I made this move knowing I was about to lose my family. I didn't give a fuck, because I barely had the bitches in the first place. Literally, their friends is always more important. Like, I'm not worried about nobody like that. I could care less. So yes, the only thing I ever gave a fuck was losing my fucking kids. And I don't know if a lot of y'all already know, they had already taken my kids for 1.5 years, because my son's dad died, and when he died, they lied on me and said I did it. Children's Services took my kids away, literally, for the false allegations. No, I don't need mental help. My heart's broken. I'm a little fucked up emotionally, But that's probably the only mental that I need is emotional counselor or some shit. And I'm cool because I don't need no type of mental help. I'm not mental. I'm not going through whatever the fuck.
So I'm gonna just pause it right there. Okay, so this is not complicated. This woman wants to live her life. And she cannot do it being a single mother of 5, okay? She wants to, she wants to go back to school. She wants to start doing things, start bettering herself, which is the reason why she made the decision to drop her children off to CPS. No, that's not it. She's frustrated because, for one, a lot of these single moms, they family don't roll with them like that. And it's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of these single mothers think their family is entitled. They feel entitled to their family helping them. I cannot name on my finger numerous times where the females had an attitude because their mama wouldn't get the kids. Had an attitude because their grandmama wouldn't get the kids. Or their baby daddy mama wouldn't get the kids. What a lot of single mothers don't understand, people getting your children other than the father, that is a privilege, not a right. And the modern women, the mindset of modern women today, they get mad when people like me say this. They really don't think that people should tell them no. Because it's this attitude of, well, these are kids, and kids are not supposed to be denied, or kids are not supposed to be turned away. They really think once they have children that the world, the family owes it to them to get those children. Okay? And the only person who owes them that really is the father of their child. That's why it's very imperative that women are selective about who they choose to have children from. Because if you're dealing with a man that's lazy when it comes to you, what the hell you think he's going to be when it comes to the children you have? If he's always making excuses to take you out on a date, he's wishy-washy. One minute he wants to be around you, next minute, oh, I got stuff I got to do, I ain't got time to come out and hang out with you today. These men don't even treat you right. These men are not even on point in really showing you that they really want to build with you, but yet these are the same dudes who you choose to have your children from. And when these ninjas disappoint you, when these ninjas stop showing up, now you leaning on family, you leaning on mama, you leaning on auntie, you leaning on sisters. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Nobody owes you to keep your children. The only people that owe you to keep your children is the child care providers, because you're paying them every week, and the father of that child. But this is what a lot of women are not understanding. Just because you have a baby from a man, it does not mean you can force that man to help you take care of that baby. This is the games that a lot of women play. And then when it comes back to backfire, they are bitter and angry and got all this hostility towards mama, daddy, and everybody else. When the truth of the matter is, dear, you chose this life. You chose those 5 children. Like I mentioned, okay, the first 2, that was an essay situation. I can't really account for that. But you went 3 more times after that. And you have 5 children at the age of 27, which means you're not even in your 30s yet. Which means any man who decides to deal with you, he's going to have to be willing to be a step-up stepdad of 5 children, because you yourself done already said how your family don't help you, how your baby daddies don't help you. And this is why I say a lot of these young women are not on their grown woman shit. They're just not. They will sit up here and cock up, go raw with all of these men and brag about being a single mom on social media. But then when it all hits them, when they realize, damn, I don't have a freaking life. I can't party like I want to. I can't get high. I can't get drunk. You know, I can't bring other dudes over to my Section A apartment to smash, you know. I just don't have a life no more. But this is what you sign up for when you make the decision to become a mother. Your life no longer belongs to you. Your life belongs to your children. And it's very selfish that women like her think like this, because it's women who actually want children and can't have any, and would give the world to have a child. But it's always the ones who can have them who don't want them. That's just the imperfect thing about life, okay? It's always the people who don't deserve children who get them. It's always the ones who can't afford to take children who get them. And it's the ones who are in a better position, for whatever reason, are not able to have children, okay? That's just the imperfect balance of life, okay? So, you get these single mothers, they get angry because they realize their family won't help them. And the reason why their family won't help them is, believe it or not, a lot of these bras, they are bridge burners. They have burnt bridges with every relative that has looked out. I personally know one or two, okay, who lost their support with family because either one, they didn't pick up their kids when they said they was going to, or two, they creeping and sneaking with the baby daddy who's a deadbeat, who the family told them to stay away from. Hey, if we're going to help you with these kids, you can't be letting Daryl come around. You can't be letting Daryl, you know, come to the apartment if we helping you pay the rent, because he's not helping you. He's not there for you. They will still disrespect their family, who they need. And then when the family has washed their hands and say, you know what, we done. We're not help you anymore. You're on your own. Here comes the gaslighting. Well, what about your grandkids? What about your niece? What about your nephew? What about them? If you ain't thinking about them, why should we? The fact that you're still dealing and involved with that deadbeat baby daddy who you claim you hate, the fact that he's not involved, why should we be? It's nothing but manipulative tactics. And there comes a point when the manipulation no longer works. Mama and daddy is old. They done got up in their age now. They supposed to be just going to church and keeping up with their double ARP benefits. They, at that age, listen, your parents getting old, they in their 60s and 70s. They can't be running behind no freaking 3-year-olds. Can't be running behind no teenagers. You know, it's too much. You don't raise your grown children, have to turn around and start all over in your 50s, 60s, and 70s and raise somebody else's children. Not only these single mothers, their family don't support them because of the fact that they burnt bridges, but they also, the simple fact that their children are very disrespectful. You have females like her who will complain and piss and moan about how family don't help them, but family don't help them because your children are undisciplined. And then these are the same ones that have the audacity. Don't spank my child. Don't punish my child. They have the audacity to give you rules and restrictions. Yeah, I mean, don't give the child a black eye. But listen, that's why I don't keep nobody kids. I do not keep nobody kids. I got people in my family right now, and I don't keep none of their kids for them. Because they got their kids bad or bougie, or the kids either bad and bougie. Okay? They raise their kids to think it's okay to talk back to adults, to roll their eyes, talk back, and yet these are the women who raise their children to be this way, who need support. Their kids are terrible. And I ain't saying it's the case with all single mothers, but most of these modern-minded young women, their children are not trained. Their children don't have a bedtime. Their children eat all type of McDonald's burgers and popsicles all time of night. They don't know nothing about broccoli, mashed potatoes, carrots. They know nothing of the sort. They know nothing about a home cooked meal. So when these kids come to your house, and you putting baked chicken and rice and corn in their face, they looking at it like it's a foreign object from another planet. Now, if you put some ramen noodles, a pack of Oreos, and some Fruity Pebbles, oh, they down with that. They eat that. This is another thing. A lot of these single mothers, they make it unbearable for you to want to keep their children because the children are not disciplined. Period. Or another reason you have a lot of these women out here who's struggling with family supporting them because they still deal with the deadbeat ninja that they complain about. They know the man don't pay child support. They know the man don't work, don't have a job. Knowing the family don't care for him because they know he is the reason why she's in this strain. But yet, she's still dealing with him. In some cases, still having sex with him. And in some cases, still having more children from him. So it come a point when the family says, you know what, we wash our hands. You and your Procreate and Pookie, all of y'all get the hell on with y'all 5-6 children. They will not let go of these deadbeat ass dudes. They won't do it. We'll call and cry, Pookie this, Pookie that, Pookie ain't paying child support. Pookie don't never get little JJ, never get little JoJo. Pookie said he was going to send some money this week. He ain't sent no money. But yet, turn around, we don't hear from you. And somebody stopped by to check up on you. Pookie sitting on a sectional sofa that you got from Rental Center. Crashing in your Section A apartment. Not helping pay no rent. Not even keeping the kids. But yeah, you got your family over here keeping your kids. While Pookie sitting right there in your Section A apartment with you. And he ain't doing nothing. And those are his kids too. This is another thing. A lot of these single mothers, they let their baby daddies use their families. And this is what I mean by this. One thing about it. If for Pookie, if you got a deadbeat Pookie for a baby daddy, and he sees that your mama's sending you money, he sees that your daddy's sending you money, he sees that your sister, your brother, if he knows you got a family that's supportive, that is the more pathetic he's going to become. If I've seen it once, I've seen it 1,000 times. I have seen these single moms hound their family for money, for food, for groceries, only for Pookie to show up a week later, living off the water bill that daddy paid for, living off the light bill that mommy paid for, living off the groceries that she had to apply for through the system because he's not man enough to go out there and work where he could bring home the bacon and she won't have to depend on the system. These are the type of dudes that they are allowing to impregnate them. The dudes that stay locked up so much. He get locked up every time she get pregnant. She got to go a whole 9 months carrying the baby by herself. And every time he gets out to at least see the baby walking now, he gets locked right back up. And now he's going to miss out another 2-3 years when the baby starts preschool or first grade. It's an ongoing dysfunctional cycle. You have a lot of modern-minded young black women, and I'll say women of all races because you have women of other races and cultures who do the same thing as well. You have these modernized-minded women who know they are in the struggle and will pick up men that are just going to enhance the struggle in which they are already in. So this is what's going on. She's frustrated with her family. She's frustrated with these ninjas. But she chose those ninjas. I cannot tell y'all, I'm so sick of black women complaining about the black baby daddies they chose. You knew the man didn't want to keep a job. You knew he never worked. You knew he always been a drug boy. Always been in and out of prison. The county jail. The state prison. You knew he was a mama's boy. You said his mama doing everything for him. But you want him to be a man with you, and he wasn't even a man with his mama. Or you already knew he had 3-4 other baby mamas, and yet you made the decision to become baby mama number 5. You added on to the ratchet collection. You knew what he was. And yet they believe a baby is going to be the miracle game changer. that's all of a sudden going to make him be a better man, a real man. Some cases, but we talking about 2 out of 5,000 that may become a changed man. Not only that, some of these baby mamas are toxic. Their baby daddies do not want to deal with their children because of them. And you can say, well, okay, well, he still need to find a way to deal with her. No. If she's going to be argumentative, toxic, combative, there's no way in hell a man can have a civil relationship with the mother of his children if she's combative, if she wants to fight, if she wants to be disrespectful and try to belittle him as a man, calling him out his name. If not disrespecting him, disrespecting his wife, disrespecting his parents. But yeah, he's supposed to be humble to you and see the father and see the children that he had with you. Absolutely not. If you want generosity, you don't get it by being beastie. You attract bees with honey, not vinegar. And that's the problem with some of these baby mamas out here. They think once they have children, they still got the grounds to talk to these men recklessly, to be disrespectful to his parents, to his family. Some of these single mothers, they are disrespectful to their baby daddy people. And they wonder why the baby daddy people, why his mama don't never get the kids. Yeah, we know your kids got other family. They got other aunts. They got other uncles. They got other grandmothers. They don't want no parts of you because they know how you get down. Now, you do have some dudes that'll lie and make it seem like you this witch and do stuff to provoke you. I'm not talking about all of that. I'm talking about these beastie baby mamas who know. Who got baby daddy, family members who are not fond of you because you done disrespected them at some point. Because they son, they nephew disrespected you. You took all of that energy out on his mom, his daddy, and everybody else who had nothing to do with the fact that you two are the ones who laid up and had these babies together. Why are you disrespecting his mother? Why are you disrespecting his father? Well, because his mama don't care how she talked to me. His mother's that. This is why it's important. You know who you having babies from. You need to make sure you get along with their people. Meet their family. Meet their background before you decide this is the person I want to have a child from for the rest of my life. Because guess what? If you and the mama already ain't clicking, what make you think y'all going to click when y'all have a baby together? If you and his sister, you and his brother ain't clicking, what make you think your child gonna be treated any better? And that's another thing. Children are treated the way people feel about the parent. If you went around here talking to people recklessly, disrespecting people and all of that, then unfortunately you put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So when people see your children, they automatically are going to associate your children to you. All that. Well, kids are kids. Don't bring kids in this. Don't listen. I can't speak for everybody else, but if you're a bitchy broad, I'm not dealing with your children. Period. Because those children are watching your ways. They are watching how you disrespect me. And if they see that I tolerate your disrespect and I'm still dealing with them even though you disrespect me and they see you disrespect me, those kids are growing to grow up and eventually they're going to think it's okay to disrespect me too. No one has to tolerate disrespect just to see their grandchildren, their children, and all of that. You have these women who have done all of the things that I have told y'all and will scream and cry that nobody helps them. But they won't say why. What contributed to that? If the baby daddies ain't there, okay, why the mama and the daddy ain't there? Or they just chose not to be there because you and the baby daddy don't get along. Somehow, somewhere, you done disrespected them people. And I know there's exceptions. Maybe you never did nothing to them. It's just the fact that they defend their son and love their son. I'm not talking about the exceptions. I'm talking about these women who intentionally have burnt bridges with people, with family, who have disrespected the fathers of their children, who have disrespected the father of their children's family, and now want to cry wolf. Now going on social media. That's a red flag. Nobody's helping you with your kids. I look at a woman when she says she does not have any support. Because my thing is, wait a minute. All right, you mean to tell me not only he He don't help you. But your family don't help you either. You can't get no support from nobody. What did you do when nobody's trying to help you with your children? Children are innocent. People are not just going to stop dealing with parents. People are not going to just stop dealing with children because children are innocent. It would mean the adults that are over authority of these children. It is the adult who did something that caused these children to miss out on the blessing. A lot of these single mothers that's crying, they not telling that they done burnt bridges, man. People who done tried to help them. Because they in their feelings. They being petty. Want to argue. Want to be combative. Now that is too hard. You can't party. You don't make enough money to make ends meet. Times you just tired and you want to be left alone. Kids want your attention. Kids don't care about you got problems. Kids need to be fed. They need a bath. They need help with homework. And you realize now 5 children later is too much. You realize 5 children later you need a break. You realize 5 children later all the baby daddies are deadbeat. If every last baby daddy is deadbeat, what does that say about you as a woman? What does that reflects on you as a woman? Because that shows that you attract these type of men, or you are attracted to these type of men. All of them are deadbeat, sis, and you telling me there's nothing wrong with you. And you don't get along with none of your baby daddies. All of them sorry. All of them deadbeats. All of them neglectful. Something is wrong in your spirit if that is the men that you keep attracting. Let alone you having children from these type of men. And you didn't do it just once or twice. You did it 5 times. I need a break. I just can't take this no more. I be wanting to go to the club. Ladies get in free before 11 o'clock. But I ain't got nobody to keep little Kiki Jojo. It's not about going to school. I have a hard time believing this lady here needs a break from her children so she can better herself. I believe she needs a break from these children because she wants to do herself. Somebody reading through all the comments and everything, somebody already said that same night, CPS I got him or whatever, that she went out that night. She went out to party that night, allegedly. Make sure y'all hit that like button. By the way, I would gladly appreciate if you hit the like, Having children is not a sport. It shouldn't be. I'm going to have as many children as I can have till I can't have them anymore. At the end of the day, you're going to be the one toting that bag. You cannot force the men to stay. You cannot manipulate your family into feeling sorry enough to care for you. To have sympathy for you. And my thing is, when her kids get older and they see this video, how she think that's going to make them feel knowing that she didn't want them? These men don't do nothing. They let me do it all by myself. Well, didn't you notice that the first 2 children you had to do it by yourself? So why would we go back 3 more times? I have a hard time taking women past 2 children serious when they complain about how hard it is. I really have a hard time after women complain after 1. Because just my 1 was enough to give me a reality check. And even being a married woman, I realized how much work was put into being a mother. That you get no time. All your time goes into that child. You every money, every dime you get goes to that child. I realized I had to slow my roll and not, put any more weight on myself than what I was dealing with. And yes, this is being a married woman. Even with the man living up under the same roof. You have a man that works, that's paying the bills. He's not going to always be around to help. So I was like a married single mom. You know what I mean? But when he had time off, we would do things together with the baby and stuff like that. But, as a woman, you have to have what's called discernment. Y'all already know the struggle is real out here. Y'all out here playing games. You create and trap babies, trying to trap somebody else's life, only to end up trapping your own. And now you're miserable. And that's another thing. I'm tired of this mental illness. Even she said it, that she's not mental. She just was on the edge. Mental illness is an excuse that a lot of people use to not have to hold themselves accountable. Now, I only believe mental illness is valid when that person has been professionally, medically diagnosed. But because somebody coming on here crying, we want to say mentally ill, y'all can miss me with that. Because I'm tired of black folks using mentally ill. And I'm tired of black folks using narcissists. Those two things, we think we are diagnosed. And we think we are professional at diagnosing. Because the person is acting a certain way. Anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this. Women, we got to do better. All is looking for empathy and sympathy. The system may empathize with you, but that don't mean everybody else has to. Anyway, y'all hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Down. Till next time. Talk to y'all soon. Be blessed.